Hello everybody, my name is Jennifer. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, please subscribe and please continue to watch my videos. I only upload a little bit at a time. I'm not like one of these big booktubers because I have a 2-year-old and I only can read on her nap time. But anyways, today I wanted to talk about books that are worth the hype. Books that I've seen hyped up and that are worth the hype. And my main one, it isn't surprising to anybody who's watched my channels, but that'd be Kristen Hanna's The Nightingale. This one was definitely worth the hype. My favorite book of last year. Could be my favorite book of all time, you know, if you're not counting all the Harry Potters and all that stuff. But it's such an amazing book. I've pushed people to read this so many times, so please read this. It's in World War II, German-occupied France, with these two sisters as the main characters, and they both go through hell. Sorry if this phone thing goes down. For some reason, the stand is being weird, and I don't know why. I didn't bring my light in here just because I'm in my daughter's, like, little play thing with the stars. I thought it would be cool ambiance. Another one that is worth the hype is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and this didn't hit me like it hit other people. I gave this more of a 4.5 than a 5 just because the ending to me was kind of underwhelming, but an overall book is worth the hype. Beautifully written. One of the most beautifully written books besides this one. She's an amazing writer. Just the story was great about this girl who I'm sure people who've heard about this book, where she makes a deal kind of with the devil because she doesn't want to marry and be stuck where she's at and have kids. She wants to travel the world and do what she wants, but he gives that to her, but everybody forgets about her the minute they meet her. Like if they turn away from her, they forget that she's there and they're like, who are you? Why are you around here? And they feel threatened by her, and she lives like 300 years of dealing with this shit. So really interesting book. Read. This one is a psychological thriller. Definitely worth the hype. So many twists and turns, different points of views as well. I highly enjoyed this. I read through this pretty quickly, and I would just go to my husband. Whenever something is good and I'm reading a book, I tell my husband, oh my god, this shit happened. This is what happened. I don't even know if he's paying attention half the time, but it's awesome. I don't want to get into too much of what it's about because I feel like it could ruin it. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and this one, I went in thinking one thing, and it was towards that because you're just thinking of Hollywood and back in the 50s, 60s, all that stuff. But it turns out to be something bigger and totally different than what you're expecting going into this book, and it's like insane. I don't even know if they talk about it in the back of this, but it's totally different, and it ends up being so great. Such a good story. I suggest it. Another one was this YA fantasy called Scythe by Neil Shusterman. And man, I was not expected to really enjoy this book. I bought the other 2 of the series, and that third one looks like it's going to be a big-ass book. But I'm really, really excited. I heard the second one's really, really good, so I'm excited to read that again. But it's like as if there's no sicknesses and cures for everything. And so since there's overpopulation, they have these scythes who choose at random these people to kill just to make the population under control. And it's crazy. And another one, man, I was so surprised by this. This was my second favorite of the year last year. And that was Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. And holy shit, like, I really enjoyed the story. All around, I just thought about it all the time. The ending was like, bang, to me. And it was just, some people probably don't like, I just love this book. And it's this girl who's called the Marsh Girl, and all her family leaves because they hate the dad. The mom's left and they have nothing else to do, but they leave this little one. She's like 7 at the time, and with her alcoholic father, and she has to figure things out on her own. And I feel so bad for her, but it goes as if she's growing up, and it also goes back and forth like years later. I forgot how many years later, but it goes back and forth with these detectives figure out a murder and stuff. So this is like a coming of age story as well as like a murder mystery in a way, and it's all comes together and it's awesome. And then there's Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Wow, 2 of those. She did the 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. But this one is like rock and roll back in the 70s. Pretty sure. Was it the 60s? Shit. But yeah, it takes back in like the rock and roll days, sex, drugs, and alcohol. These young people, like with teenagers into early 20s, and it goes along their story, and it's written in a way as if it's like a documentary, and they're making this on Hulu, I think, miniseries, and I'm super stoked, like, to see how they're gonna do this. And the person who's gonna be playing Daisy Jones is actually Elvis Presley's is it granddaughter or great granddaughter? I think it's his granddaughter. And yeah, I'm pretty stoked about that. So yes, please read these awesome books. I'm surprised my daughter has not come in here. This is her room. She's busy coloring, and I hope she's not coloring the floor or the walls. So thank you for watching, and see you guys later.